Hello! Today I can solve linear systems of equations using elimination method. We're going to be doing the 2 by 2 systems here, and the steps are listed right here. We're going to choose a variable to cancel. It doesn't matter which one. We're going to multiply each equation by the other's coefficient. We are going to then add the equations together to get the variable to cancel. And then we're going to solve the equation. Once we solve that equation, we're going to substitute that answer into one of the original equations to find the other variable. I guess I typed this out too fast and had a couple little typos. It might seem long, but it's really not a long procedure once you get the hang of it. This is a very common Algebra 1 lesson. It is a common SAT question, and we're going to use this in Algebra 2 in order to solve 3 by 3 systems. So, we need to choose a variable to cancel. It doesn't matter which one. Now, because I'm going to be adding them together later on, I want the signs to be different in order for them to cancel. So based on that, I'm going to choose the y's. So I'm going to multiply each equation by the other's coefficient. Here's what that means. If there's a 4 on top, I'm going to put the 4 on bottom. If there's a 2 on bottom, I'm going to put the 2 on top. Ignore the signs for the moment. Now, are the signs the same or different? They're different. One's negative, one's positive. That's good, because they're going to cancel if they're different. So since that's good, I'm going to keep everything outside positive. If they were the same sign, then I would have to make one of them negative. It wouldn't matter which one. If I were to have chosen the x's to cancel, since they're the same sign, I would have to make one of them negative. We'll talk about that more later. Now I multiply everything through. My top will become 4x plus 8y equals negative 8. My bottom would be 12x minus 8y equals negative 56. I add them together. The y's cancel. 4x plus 12x is 16x, negative 8 and negative 56 is negative 64. I solve the equation. It can always be just division to solve the equation at this step. I get x equals negative 4. Now that I have x, I'm going to go back to one of my original equations. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to replace the x with negative 4. And then I'm going to solve for y. So I'm going to add my 8 to both sides. I'm going to divide by 4. I get y equals 1. So my answer, x is negative 4, y is 1. It'll often be written as an xy coordinate. There it is. So let's just go through it one more time. I need to choose a variable to cancel. I chose the y's. So I multiply each equation by the other's coefficient. Since there's a 2 on bottom, I put the 2 on top. There's a 4 on top, I put the 4 on bottom. Because the signs were different, that's good. I'm going to keep everything outside positive. So I multiplied everything through. That's where this came from. And I added them together. The y's canceled. I got my 16x equals negative 64. I solved that. I got x equals negative 4. Once I had that, I substituted into one of the original equations. I solved it for y. Once I have x and y, I'm done. Number 2, I need to choose a variable to cancel. Again, it doesn't matter which one. I'll choose the x's this time. So I'm going to multiply each equation by the other's coefficient. Since there's a 5 on top, I'm going to put a 5 on bottom. Since there's a 2 on bottom, I'm going to put the 2 on top. Now, are the signs the same or different? Well, they're the same. They're both positive. If they're the same, I have to make one of them negative. It does not matter which one. I can't make them both negative. If I make them both negative, then they're going to still be the same sign. Now I multiply everything through. Top is negative 10x plus 2y equals 34. Bottom is 10x minus 15y equals negative 60. Next step, add them together so that the variable cancels. I have negative 13y equals negative 26. I now solve the equation, divide by negative 13, and I get y equals 2. Now that I have y, I'm going to go back to one of my original equations. I'm going to replace the y with 2, and I'm going to solve the equation. I get x equals negative 3. So my x is negative 3, my y is 2. They're all the same. There's really not much more to it. Why don't you try... they're all pretty much the same. So why don't you try number 3 on your own right now? So why don't you pause this video, and then when you're done trying it on your own, you can resume it. Okay, now that you tried number 3 on your own, I will go over it. Now I might have chosen a different variable than you, so it's okay, but we'll get the same answer in the end. Choose a variable to cancel. I'm going to choose the x's. So, if there's a 3 on bottom, I put the 3 on top. If there's a 4 on top, I'm going to put the 3 on bottom. Notice I did not bring the negative with the 3. Whoops. I did not bring the negative with the 3. I'm keeping everything positive for the time being, and now I'm asking myself, are the signs the same or different? Well, they're different. That's good, so I keep everything positive. Again, if the signs are different, that's good. I keep everything outside positive. I multiply everything through. 12x plus 3y equals 30. Negative 12x minus 8y equals 0. I add them together. Those cancel. I get negative 5y equals 30. I divide by negative 5. Y equals negative 6. So now I go back to one of my originals. I'll do the top one. I replace the y with negative 6. I solve the equation from there. X equals 4. So my x value is 4. My y value is negative 6. And that's it. So right now, I'm recording this video for Algebra 2 because this is going to be a stepping stone that you're going to need in order to solve the 3x3 systems. But this video might find you in an Algebra 1 class. This video might find you in an SAT prep class. So you need to know your 2x2 systems regardless. This is how you do it. And for those of you who are my Algebra 2 students, we're going to build on this in the next lesson. And for those of you who are Algebra 2 students, your classwork/homework is going to be to finish this. And that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day.